Hey everyone, it's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon and I am headed up to my parents to go borrow the welder. I have welded like maybe 1 or 2 beads in my life, so we're gonna see how this turns out. But I have a project in the back of the vehicle over here. Yep, right there, that wash tub. And I saw it the other day and I thought, man, I've seen them use those for fire pits before. So I am going to make myself a fire pit, or Joy's self a fire pit. Somebody's self is getting a fire pit. And just so happens my mom brought down a base to an old fire pit that they had. It's just the bottom that the bowl would sit in. And I am going to weld some ears on that, and I'm going to drill some holes through the wash tub and bolt it together. I'm going to sand it all down, paint it. I got some black, silver, and white paint that's heat resistant. Oh, boom. Anyways, I got that stuff and I'm going to clean this thing up and we're going to make a fancy little fire pit out of it. So we're headed up there, and next thing you know, we'll be welding, or trying to weld, or hopefully welding. That's what we're gonna do. All right, see you there. I'm in my dad's shop and I have the base here, and I'm gonna take this this sander here to it to just kind of buff off some spots that I'm gonna weld to. And that's gonna be the first thing I do. And then I'm going to take this piece of steel here. I'm going to find something to cut it with. I'm going to cut some tabs that I'm going to put along the sides, like so. Just little 2-inch pieces here, 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 maybe 4 of them. So I'm going to cut those off, get them welded to it, and get holes drilled in them that I can bolt that top to. Okay, change of plans. Dad showed up and he said instead of cutting 5 pieces or 4 pieces and welding them to the inside and cutting them off here and having them all the way around and then bolting it to it, he's like, why don't you just use a couple pieces and do this? He gave me like 5 ideas, which he's good at. This idea, and they bounce around. And so the plan is, now, figure what we'll do is take it from here to here, cut it off, weld it there and all around, drill 2 holes, and then do the same. Take this cut off piece and put it, I don't know if you can see it, put it over here, drill 2 holes. That way I'll have 4 spots to bolt and only 2 pieces to worry about welding. So I ground down all this top spot to clean it up, cleaned this up on the edges so the weld will take. And now I'm going to secure those. We're going to get under the carport. It's pretty windy, so we're going to take it over there and try to lay a bead. We'll see how that works. That was some terrible welding, I know. Can't blame it all on me. That thing was feeding like crazy. It was turned up to like 9 on the feed, and I turned it down some. It's not feeding great. Looks like, I don't know what Dad said, chicken something. I don't know. So I'm going to cut this off now, move that over there. We'll fix the weld up and grind this down and clean it up a little bit now that I'm doing a little better. The beads aren't great, but they're not terrible. Got a little practice in. I'm going to grind these welds down just to clean them up a little bit. There's some splatter here or there. And then we'll be off to the next part of it. get into the shop with the base here. Oh man, it's so nice to be able to walk in here. Put those gloves over there. Go back out into the snowstorm, go get that washing machine tub. What do you mean? You guys don't all have this snow? Just us lucky folks up here in Western New York. Whew, the wind through my hair. Tell you. All right, got this tub. Go grab me some something to sand this down with, and maybe get some paint on this thing. Get it put together. Hopefully, put a little fire in it. Warm it up out here a little bit. It's crazy because it's nice sunny blue skies over there, and over there. Whoa, it's not sunny. All right, that's that. Let's see what we can do with this thing. Next step in the project, I've got just this little dent here I want to bang out, and then I'm going to try to grind this flaking paint off, get it down to either the, maybe down to bare metal if I can, or at least clean off all the loose stuff, and that way I can paint them up. I'm going to get the holes drilled in the bottom and in the base also, to get everything ready for the nuts and bolts. So I'm going to bang this dent out and then start working on everything else. So the next step I'm going to do is I want to, when you just put this up here like this, it's hard to figure out exactly where center is. So I'm going to flip this over and flip this over too. I'm going to try to line up a couple of these holes here and a couple of the holes over here. There's just 3 spots where there's holes in the bottom. I'm going to try to line them up to maybe where I can use one hole from those and holes from this as well. And then I'm trying to get the distance from that and this to center. And then I'm gonna just eyeballing it. Then I'm gonna just kind of score it across there so I can flip it over and line it back up from looking underneath it. Let's see here how this goes. To the center some. I think that's got it pretty close. So I got a drill bit here. And I'm going to run this down through a couple spots. I got done with the metal wheel, and I have dusted off the outside really well, and I'm going to hit the inside real quick here, and then going to paint everything black and let it dry. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out the design plan for the outside. I'm kind of thinking like a barber pole look to it. So a little bit of paint. There we go. So, time to paint this all. It's got a little burr on it. Paint this all black, and once it dries, we'll figure everything else out. We're going to paint the base too. This is a Krylon high heat resistant up to 600 for grills, fire pits, and more. So, and it dries in 15 minutes or so. Let's see. Well, that's empty. So, we have 2 coats on the outside, a coat on the inside. Some spots I can see that it wasn't real thick, but it's down low and it's probably gonna burn right down to bare metal anyways. We got the base painted, and now it's time to let it dry. It says it takes 15 minutes to dry. We'll probably give it a half hour because it's cold out and it might not dry real quick. Then we're going to work on some stripes, I think. Kind of like a barber pole. I was going to do thick, wide stripes. Joy said if I'm doing multiple colors, you got to be able to see them, all the colors from one side. So the thicker the stripes, and you wouldn't see it. So maybe like 3 holes, silver, then black, then 3 holes white. The problem with doing it that way is that I got to use a lot of tape. So I might just tape off the black section and then leave a gap for the silver section. Hopefully my overspray will only hit the tape, and then a gap for the white section and it'll only hit the tape. So we will see. Silver, black, white, black, silver, black, white, black. And I'm really hoping that I gotta look at it. I gotta count how many holes. I know. I get really particular about that kind of stuff. It drives me bonkers sometimes, to where it's gotta line up just right, and if it doesn't, then you just quit. And everybody that's my friend or that knows me well is probably like, yeah, you get really worked up on, not really worked up, but I can be a stickler on that kind of thing. I want to make sure that if it's got a pattern, it's got to have the pattern all the way around and have it specific. So I might have to let it slide on this, but it's hard. So I'm going to turn this thing off. I'm going to get ready I'm going to let it dry, and while I'm letting it dry, I'm going to start calculating how wide the stripes should be to make sure that it has a good pattern and it won't keep me up at night. So, hey, pray for me. I need it in that area. Sometimes there's got to be grace and I got to just let it slide, and I don't always do that. All right. Time to let it dry. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I lied to you guys. I did. I want to apologize. I said earlier I wasn't going to let it get to me. I was just going to paint it, and whatever turned out, Joy said that was fine. Who's going to know? And I said, that's right. I'm going to do that. It's going to be fine. And then it got to me before I even started. So I've got this. 5 front and back pages or 3 pages front and back. So, well, 2 pages front and back, 1 page just the front. 5 pages, math work. Trying to figure out how to make this come out even with everything being equal. I even called my daughter's math teacher. Thank you, Jill. I told her, hey, I'm working on this math problem. I texted her, you want to help me on a math problem? She said, sure. I started running down through. Then I called her. She said she's working on dinner. I said, I'm going to work on this. Maybe I'll get it figured out. And then I texted her back and said, hey, I figured it out. Like an hour later. So I was going to do 3 rows of black, then 3 rows of silver, 3 rows of black, 3 rows of silver, or white, and continue that around. And then it was going to have some left over, and then I couldn't make it work out to where the leftovers, if I added an inch in each spot, it wasn't going to work out. It wasn't going to be right. I finally got it figured out. It's going to be 3 black, 3 silver, 3 black, 2 white, and continue the pattern all the way around. There's 66 lines around here of holes. So if you want to figure it out yourself, maybe you can find a different way. Doing 3 black, 3 silver, 3 black, 2 white, and then continue. Black, silver, black, silver, black, white, all the way around till you get to the beginning again. The reason is, I could have done 2 colors. I could have done black, silver, white, black, silver, white, but I would have had to tape it, paint all the silver, then tape it again, paint all the white. I don't want to do that. That chirping noise, I don't have a hamster running around over here. I have an electric heater because it is cold outside. Anyways, I want to tape it just once, spray it once, and be done. Which I did once with black and I could have been done. Or I could have done black and white and been done. But no, we gotta have silver. That's my fault. Joy said, why don't you just do 2 colors? She wants to make it easy, and I want to make it difficult. But we got to figure it out. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell, for teaching me math as well. And now I'm going to tape this thing up and paint it, and I hope we like it with 3 colors. I really hope so. I really, really hope so. If not, we'll just paint over the whole stinking thing again. Okay, let's get taping. Well, that took forever. I've got it all taped up. 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2. I got to the end and I was off by 1. And I got looking, I had it 3, 3, 3, 3. Then a 2 later. So I had to move some of them back. Messed up my paint right there. Just take a breath. Wasn't matching up on the top either, so I'm putting this piece around and I'm just going to have it black on the top and then the colors, and it's going to be okay. I can handle that part. It was the, oh, yeah, couldn't do it. So, I'm going to get the spray paint cans. Yep, and it's time to get some paint done. Well, you ever think you hit the record button and you didn't? That's what I did right before I started painting the silver and the white. I don't know what I did. I got up, hit the stop, and then I said, let's paint it, and so I hit the record, and I must have not hit the record, so you didn't get to see it. So, boom, it's painted. That's pretty much how it happened. I'm very disappointed in the white paint. Krylon, you let me down. It's running, it's nasty, it's junk. The silver paint, it's nice. White paint, no bueno. Alright, I'm going to peel this stuff off. I think I got some overspray here or there. It's going to be okay. And you never know. I might end up doing silver and black in a little while. But let's get this tape off of here and see how it looks. If I can find the beginning of the, there it is. Let's hope it doesn't rip all the black paint off while I'm doing it. Aha. There's some of the black paint that already ripped off. That was from when I had to move it. My dad called a little bit ago. Said, "You done with that project?" I said, "No." He said, "Oh, did you go do some other things?" I said, "No. It just took me a while to get started." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, I had to figure some stuff out." He's like, "Oh, you overthinking it?" I wasn't overthinking it. I just wanted to do it right. But I told him, yeah, I was overthinking it. Because I knew what he meant. Whoa! I got it all off there. Yeah, there's some overspray up here. Maybe wipe off a little bit of it. And there's some paint peeled off here or there. Maybe after a few times burning, it'll all come off and I'll get to paint it all over again. Maybe 2 colors or 1 color. But project is done. Now it's time to put the base on. All right. See if we can figure out which way it goes. Looks like that's it. All right. Now I've got 4 bolts and washers and nuts. Oh my. I was just thinking in my mind, man, I'm glad that thing stopped squealing. Shouldn't have thought it. I went with grade 5 bolts. I was going to go 8s. I didn't. Thought maybe that was overkill, but that's going to help to keep them from melting right away, I suppose. Don't do that, it's bad for your teeth. Alright, let's see here. No, I won't do it. I know, it's bad for you. Get it. There we go. So, I was thinking, when I was building this, that this really isn't a hunter-gatherer kind of thing. But then I thought, you know what, it kind of is. I gathered all the parts. And, you know, this is something that everybody's going to enjoy. My oldest daughter, she's always talking about repurposing, so that's a good thing. It's good for, you know, even good for the environment. We're not making all kinds of new things or throwing away junk, and it's something that it's good to repurpose things if you can, and plus it's easy on the pocketbook, you know, or whatever. That I didn't go spend $100 or more on fire pit. I spent like, I don't know, 20 bucks on paint. I don't know if I spent that much on paint. I think it was maybe 15, 18 bucks. well, if you count all the nuts and bolts and washers, then I was probably a little over 20. But I went overkill on those too. I bought more than I needed, but I'll have them for another day. All right, guys, it's done. Got it all tightened up. And, you know, for what it is, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm hoping to be able to use it with the family and just relax around it. My oldest daughter, Bailey, said, "Hey, Dad, I don't know if we're going to like it. I don't know how we're going to get the marshmallows to it." I told her maybe we'll cut some holes in the sides so we can get it right in there, but this might be just the sit around it and relax fire pit. We usually use the tractor rim for the roasting marshmallows and hot dogs fire pit. So we are a multi-fire pit family, I guess. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, the repurposing of the old drum from the wash machine. And this, I believe, was from Chimnea that my parents had, and they just happened to have it on hand. The Chimnea had broken. They have another one, so we used that. You know, I enjoy getting out here, and especially now that it's a little cleaned out. And maybe I'll bring you some other projects at some point when we get a chance to. We'll be working on the bees soon. We'll be working on the turkey hunting soon. I think I might go hit the trout stream again pretty soon too. I know you guys are really enjoying Joy's cooking videos, and I'm enjoying the spoils from them. I'm probably gaining a bunch of weight on this quarantine. I need to get out and do some more exercise. But I'm glad you're able to see how amazing she is in the kitchen, and hopefully I can start to show how I can bring home the bacon / turkey / venison, whatever. I can't wait. We still haven't tasted those sausages yet. That's going to be something I'm going to be cooking here on the grill soon. And she's got some ribs in the fridge that I'm going to try to throw on the smoker. Anyway, that's this. It even has a nice ring to it. We enjoy making the videos. We're thankful that some people are able to get enjoyment out of them as well. We miss everybody, but we're glad that we can say hi to people and let them know that we care and that we're thinking about them through the internet and through the YouTube channel. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit the like button. Maybe subscribe if you haven't yet, and put a little comment below. We really love reading them and commenting back. So if you could do all those things, I know it's a little bit of a, I guess, a trouble or bother, but we enjoy it and we're thankful when you do it. Thanks a lot. We love you guys. I hope you're having a great evening, and just stay safe and healthy out there, and just know that spring is coming and summer's coming, and before you know it, hopefully they'll be telling us to take the masks off and get out there and give each other a hug, and that's what you'll all be getting, one from us. So we love you, God loves you, and take care. Have a great night.
Ear protection.
Yeah, that's recording. All right. Put a bead here and over here. Take that clamp off and try to get this thing welded together. See how it goes.
Nope.
It shot right up there.
Breaking my food. Not going too slow.
think that's got it. I got everything loose off, and even more of the stuff that wasn't loose. I really worked it, and the rest of it's pretty stuck on there. I was gonna get all of it off, and I had Joy come out, and she said, "Why are you gonna worry about that? It's gonna be fine." So I guess it's gonna be fine, and we're gonna paint everything black, and then I'm working on a design for the sides. So next thing I'm gonna do is start painting.